Good morning. Sorry I wasn't on yesterday. I've hurt my back. So I was just wanting to lie in my bed yesterday and trying. It's a wee bit better today. It's a tiny bit better today, so I need to just watch him not doing anything. Although Sophie caught me hoovering this morning and I got into trouble. Yeah. Anyway, let me get the chat and everything up. But it's good to see. I hope you had a nice weekend. I hope you had a nice weekend, everyone. Let me put it on live chat. I'll put a link in the description if anybody wants to become a member. Oh God, if I'd pressed something else. Learn more. I don't need to learn more. If anybody wants to become a member of the channel, you get special emojis and shout out every Saturday pin message. It's up above. And I'm giving myself a thumbs up because that's the way I roll sometimes. Thumbs up are appreciated though. There's my Soph. Ashley. Ashley, did you hear about the barricade situation? I don't know what's wrong with me, right? But I don't know. I'm trying, right, I need to tell the story now, don't I? I need to tell the story about the barricade. Please don't judge me, everyone, right? I don't know what's wrong with me. Things, I just freeze sometimes. Anyway, I'm taking the, Tom, good morning. Efron, good morning. I'm taking Sophie up the town centre, right? There's a car park that we go to and it's at the health centre, right? And it's one of the ones that you drive in and there's a bar and it goes up, you drive through and then the bar comes down, right? And then on the way out, there's another bar, you wait, the bar goes up, you go out, the bar goes down. We've been there lots of times, right? Lots of times we've been there and we've managed to get in and out without any problem whatsoever. But a time before we had been up and there was a couple of ladies standing and they were saying, where is it you're going? I'm going, we're just going, oh, you can't go up there, you need to go around that way. So we parked at a different spot that time. But yesterday we got in, barricade came up, I went in, I parked, I waited on Sophie. Sophie came out. It goes down, right, drives down, barricades like that. It's not open, it's not going up. Right, barricade is not moving. And I'm like, it's not going up. And I can't even press the button because I've only got wee arms, right? So I'm trying to reverse in like this, reverse, to push. I couldn't get it. So I says to Sophie, you're going to need to go out the car, press the button, so we can tell them that we're trapped here, we're stuck behind this barricade. Conor McGregor, I don't know anything about Conor McGregor power, but good morning to you, good morning. I have no idea. He's a fighter, isn't he? That's about all I know. See if he's a good looking guy, I'll know his face. Anyway, right, so we get to this barricade, it's no opening. Sophie goes out, she presses the button, a lady comes on, what part of the health centre were you in, right? And I know for a fact we weren't in the health centre. Right, we were at, I was getting Sophie was at the shops. So I said, can you open the barricade, please? What part of the health centre were you in? And I was like, oh God. And I went, I was at the nurse, right? God forgive me for my lies. Jesus, I'm sorry. I don't know why it came out my... Anyway, I says, I was at the nurse. Right? And she's going, what part of the health centre were you in? I'm going, the nurse. I was in the nurse, not that. She says, I know, but what part of the health centre were you in? And I went, I can't remember. At that, she hung up on me, right? She hung up. I'm sitting, Sophie's sitting in the barricade still doing, we're sitting there behind this barricade, right? There's just as well there was no other cars. So I'm like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And I'm thinking, Sophie Hen, you're going to need to get out and, I don't know, try and lift the barricade up. Anyway, it rings again. And she says, what part of the health centre were you in again? I felt like, I felt some sort of like way. And I went, I was collecting someone. And she went, this car park's only for people that are in the health centre. But eventually she opened it. But I felt as if we were going to have to crash through the barricade. There was going to be some sort of police incident yesterday. There was going to be some sort of incident yesterday. Anyway, we came away laughing and fuming at the same time. Snacker, hello, hello. I speak Scottish. That's what I speak, Scottish. Mm, 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 mm. Ashley, eventually I lifted the barricade, but Sophie was going to need to man up and go out and do it. Every time we go out, there's something. Just about every single time we go out, there's some sort of thing. But I still don't think I'm allowed to park there, Soph. I think it's only, look, but I'll not be parking there again anyway, right? And our nurse comes out the health centre that Sophie knows, right? And Sophie's going, they've closed the barricade, they won't let us out, like that. She's shouting out the car park, people are looting. We're causing a scene. We were causing a scene yesterday, early morning scene. Oh, do you, Ben, good morning to you, good morning to you, good morning. Listen, the trolls aren't going to get away with it because my daughter's in this morning. That's my daughter. She doesn't like people chatting me up. Not unless you've got a lot of cash and stuff like that, then you can go ahead and chat me up. I don't mind. But there you were. Listen, I don't. God, as I say, God forgive me for my lies. It just comes out. I don't know. See, I'm not a grass, right? So I'm trying to think on my feet excuses of why we were in that car park. I don't know why I did it, but it just came out. And me saying, like, the thing was, we were laughing because me saying, I forgot what part of the health centre we were in. I was going, I can't remember, right? I can't remember just being in the health centre, but I'm driving a car. Oh, you've got plenty of cash? Oh, well, that's all right. You can flash your cash. My PayPal button somewhere. Oh God, it was a experience anyway. It was an experience. Oh God. Aye, so there you are. Me and Sophie, like, we need a warning. We need some sort of warning. Every time we are out, people should stay clear of us. Stuff happens. Ashley, see if you ever do come out here, be prepared. Be prepared for shenanigans because it just seems to happen. And I'm drinking this, so I'll get hate for this, but. Oh, Sophie, and I've got, even my worst days, I've got people on here saying, you know, on the one live stream, I can get told I'm beautiful and ugly in the same live stream. Some people should come on here and tell me that they're glad I'm alive because I help them, and some people come on here and tell me I should unalive because I'm on here. It's just, you just take it day by day. Oh, jeez. So, Sophie, Ashley, I got any trouble this morning? Efron. No. Somebody said, what was it they said was a gateway to hell? My mouth or something like that. I got told you that was either my mouth or my eyes was the gateway to hell. That was a beauty, wasn't it? That was a good one. Thank you, one. I hope Jesus does love me, and I do apologise for my wee white lies that I tell sometimes. I don't know why it came out my mouth, but I wasn't wanting to tell her that we were in that car park. Oh. Yeah, I've got lots of new emojis, Sophie. Have you seen my new emojis? I'll show you my new emojis. I've got some nice new ones here. I've got that one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. I'll put my emojis in, right? See if you become a member. This is the special emojis you get. Look at the emojis. Yeah, I done that the other morning, sat and just done my emojis. Let me click on. How do I click off it now? Go to. What was this here? Ashley, I got caught this morning. Now I've got a sore back. I've got a sore back, and Peter comes in, and I'm thinking it's all right. It's just Peter, and I'm hoovering in here like Ben Hur, like the top half of me is like that, and the bottom. I'm like that shape. I'm like a triangle. I'm like an isosceles triangle. That's what I'm like. Or one of the rulers, you know, the anyway, I'm bent over like that anyway, so I'm trying to hoover because it's doing my nutting. that the place needed hoovered. Who walks in but Sophie like that? Well, well, well. What's happening here? Like that to me. I'm like that with the hoover just looking at her. I can't remember. I'm like, you know, like a kid with their hand caught in a candy jar. I was like, oh God, it's Sophie. She's going, give me the hoover. Give me the hoover. It's like, giving her the hoover over. So Sophie hoovered my living room. Tim, yes, I'm from Scotland. Yes, it's a beautiful day as well. Want to see out my window? Look at the blue sky. Look, am I kidding on? Am I really in Spain? Could be. Santa Ponza. Could be in Santa Ponza, living at large. Somebody make a joke about that. So there you are. I got any trouble this morning. Is there a day goes by that I don't get any trouble? I don't know. But I was talking to wee Granny there, Sophs. I was talking to Granny there on the phone. You're from Manchester. I'll enjoy your accent then, the man. Daisy do. The Manchester accent. She's gone Toronto, look. Daisy do. Look at her. Terrorising people in the neighbourhood. Look at the size of it. Look at the size of it. Jeez. Come up here, you. Daisy do. That's where one of my most favourite bands come for, the Happy Mondays, isn't it? Love the Happy Mondays, Basie and Sean Ryder. Love them. Love them, love them. I've years ago, twisting my melon, man. Twisting my melon. Bessie's dance is just the best. They've took just about every narcotic known to man and are still walking about. Oh, talking about that, do you know I had tears in my eyes yesterday? I didn't even know there was an Ozzy Osbourne final concert happening. Apparently there was. It was a final concert with Ozzy. I love Ozzy Osbourne. And way back in MTV, remember they had the show on MTV and it was like, Sharon, like that and everything. And the dogs were pooing everywhere and he's got, the house is full of dogs. There's dogs everywhere and stuff like that and they're fighting with the neighbours. And I love Ozzy Osbourne. And they done a final show and he's sitting there in his wee throne thing. And the one that got me was he was singing Mum, I'm Coming Home. He was singing that song. And I had a bloody tear in my eye listening to him, watching him, thinking, and I'm thinking, why am I nearly crying? Liesl, good morning, good morning. Oh, it's still sore, Liesl, but Sophie's in the chat and she caught me hoovering this morning, so I've been chastised already today. Oh, Gran, she's got a wee baby doll again. She's got a wee baby doll, so she's sitting cuddling into this wee baby doll, and she's called it Lolly. So she's sitting cuddling Lolly. It's not Halloween stuff. See, there's Sophie spreading false information in the chat. It's autumn decor, Sophie. There's a difference. There's like a couple of months of difference between the Halloween stuff and the autumn gear. It's not Halloween, it's autumn. Pimp, hello, good morning, good morning. Liesl's on Sophie's side. I was like mid-hoovering, like that, getting caught with her. She was like, what's happening in here? Nothing, Sophie. Nothing's happening in here. You doing with that then? Not doing anything. She was going, sit down. Sit down like that. I was like, all right then, okay. I shuffled over in my seat like that. Right, okay. Bent like that. Oh, ouch. Oh. See, I've got scoliosis at the base of my spine, right? My spine, my back comes right in like that at the bottom. But not only have I got that, when I was made, that wasn't good enough. They had to give me an extra vertebrae. So I've got this. They say it's an extra vertebrae. It's probably just a bit of bone, right? And it's in the shape of a kind of V thing, and that's kind of jammed in to the base of my spine. So see, in bad days, I feel as if that's poking through my skin from the inside out, and it's bloody sore, I'll tell you. And even moving my hands and stuff, I can feel it in my spine. It's weird. But anyway, that's where I am today. I've been taking my paracetamol. of course, I'm not allowed any strong painkillers because I get the bracelet of shame. Sophie was laughing at me because of the bracelet of shame in hospital. The bracelet of shame is red, right? And it means you're not allowed any of the good stuff because the good stuff interferes with my breathing. Who knew? But it does. Apparently, even when I was on the ventilator and stuff like that, when they were giving me the good stuff, it was interfering with my breathing. Because I was like, it doesn't interfere with my breathing, but apparently it does. So I'm not allowed that. KHX, good morning, good morning. I'm allergic to all the good stuff. So I'm sitting here in my paracetamol. That's what I've got. Oh, I love doing my house up, and I've got new stuff. You see, I've got new curtain. Sophie, guess what I done yesterday? Guess what? See, you're concerned about the hoovering, young lady. Guess what I done yesterday? You can ask Peter. Washed all the windows. Ah, hmm. Do you know how I done it? Right, listen. Do you know how I managed to do the windows? Leaning. I had the basket of water on the ground, right, with the soap water in it, right? And I had the windy washer thing that's got the sponge, and then the other end it's got the kind of squeegee thing, right? So I had one hand on the wall and one hand doing the windies like that. But I managed to do them, and do you know why? Have I still got them here? Or did I put them away? I think I put them away. Do you know, I'm not going to end up in hospital ever again. I'm not going. I'm not going. See, I don't want knocked out, but I don't want to be screaming in agony either. But I'm not allowed to. Do you know what? See, anyway, I've always said this to you. See, when they do, or they did give me the good stuff, it would make my skin dead itchy. Like, I felt, oh, I understand Pink Song. See, Pink Song, just like a pill, and she's got in it, her skin itches. I thought, she's had it before then. She knows what she's talking about, Pink does. Because I felt dead itchy. You know, I wanted to claw my bloody skin off. But anyway, I done my windows. Do you know why? Because I've got leaf stickers. I've got window stickers that are leaves. And I thought I can't be putting my window stickers, my leaves on my windows if they're dirty. So things have been prepared. And she's seen all my bows that I've done bows. And not only that, Sophie, look what I've got sitting right next to me now. Look at these bad boys. They just need batteries. Benjamin, you want me to smell my hair? That's weird. I'm sorry to say it, pal, but that's just weird saying that to somebody you don't even know. Fair enough if you knew the person, and even then, if I was to say to my daughter, Sophie, going to smell your hair, even her, she'd be saying, Mum, that's a bit of a weird request right there, you know what I mean? Smell your own hair, how about that? Go and smell your own hair. Melody, good morning to you. Yeah, I'm going to get my window stickers on. It's going to be happening soon. Melody, I'm going to send you some good vibes, right? This is you getting good vibes from me. I'm sending them. Pardon my nails. I've took all my... Look, that's my nails without the stickers on it. But look, see when my nail breaks, look how far it goes down. It's a weird thing smell. Do you know, I wouldn't say that to any of you, smell your hair. No, I do smell my hair sometimes, and see when I was going through chemo, I missed that. Because see, if I've got nice conditioner on, I would sit and I'm not smelling my hair now because that guy asked me to smell my hair, but I'd smell my hair because I like the smell of it when I put my nice conditioner. And that was one thing that I missed when I had my chemo, and I was like, I had zero hair. Zero hair. Can you remember my stalker, Sophie? Can you remember my first stalker? I've had two actual stalkers. The first one was the postman, right? The crazy postman that used to come to the door every single day, no matter if I had a package or not, he'd be at the door. One day he came to the door and he said to me, "Smell my jacket." And I thought, that's weird, but see, back in the days, I found it... See, now, I still find it difficult to say no, but I've got a bit more balls now. You know, I do actually kind of stand up for myself sometimes. But back in the day, I was a wee timid thing, and I didn't want to say no to him. He hurt his feelings. So I bent down and pretended to smell his jacket, but I didn't actually smell. And I went, aye, aye, it's okay. And he went, aye, the guys in work were saying it was stinking. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Ashley will come out of Scotland, means so I'm going, ooh, let me smell your hair, Ashley. Aye, that guy was weird. That guy was weird. He used to put his sweeties and stuff. He put a matchbox through my letterbox one day that had a sweetie in it. That was his token of love. He used to come to the door and say things like, oh, the neighbours will think we've got something going. Right, he used to say that to me. He used to talk to me every single day about my beautiful football team Celtic, or the only book I'd ever really read was the Da Vinci Code, right? And I was proud of myself because I actually read this book. And he'd read the book also. And it was like 3 years in nothing but the Da Vinci Code and my beloved Celtic. He was doing a dance outside my door one day, and he went, can I use your bathroom? I'm bursting, can I use your bathroom? And again, me not being able to say no. Nowadays I would say, I'm sorry, my bathroom's actually broke. I'm waiting on the plumber. I let him in, and he was in the bathroom for about 20 minutes. And I'm sitting in the living room like that. Oh my God, he's in there. You know what he's doing. You know what he's doing in there. And then eventually he comes out and he's like lounging about like in my living room talking about the satellite dish and stuff like that, right? And I'm just wanting him out of my house. When he left though, every toothbrush in my toilet got ditched and every towel got boiled because I thought he's had the toothbrushes up his ass or something, hasn't he? He's been rubbing the toothbrush. He's no known what toothbrush is mine, so he's just used everybody's toothbrush and just been pitting it places. So that happened, and I thought, never again. He could have come in and just unalived, do you know what I mean? But again, poor granny, my wee mum, telling her that story at the time, she says, you know what he was doing in that bathroom, don't you? And I was thinking about the ham shank. I'm thinking about the ham shank that he was probably doing in the toilet. And I was like, Mum, please don't. And she went, he was looking for knickers. And I went, what? What? I've never seen kneecap, Harley. I've never seen them. Aye. I said, it was then what? And she went, that's what they kind of people do. And I'm going, what kind of people, Mum? What kind of people are you hanging about? And anyway, I've not got my laundry basket in the toilet, so he was just rubbing his wiener off everything. The whole of the bathtub and everything would have been rubbed. Look, the place got bleached. My nose was burning that night because of the amount of bleach I'd used in that bathroom. I thought, that's what he's been up to. That's what he's been up to. And then Peter, I don't know what it was with Peter. Peter used to always bring people in, and Mum, can so-and-so use your toilet? His wee pals. Can he use your toilet? And I'd be like, aye, okay. Right, my toilet would be spotless, nice and sparkly clean. And without fail, it'd be like the scene out of Dumb and Dumber. That you, in the toilet, and it's just full of shit everywhere. On my wall, on the toilet roll, on the sides of the pan, all the rest of it. He'd done that with one particular friend, and the place was like, shut up. And I was like, jeez. Like that, cleaned it, and I says to him, your wee pal, you know, I don't know if he's had some sort of accident in there, but it was everywhere. It was on my wall. You know, it just, I don't know how it managed to get on the wall and on the toilet and on the sink and just everywhere, right? So about a couple of months later, I thought, oh, here he goes again. Mum, can you use your toilet? And I was thinking, surely God, that was just a one-off thing, the situation, right? And I said, aye, okay, son. So the boy goes into the toilet. He comes out and I can smell it. And I'm like, oh no. And I'm thinking, surely it'll not be everywhere again. He'll have controlled. It was all done again. I was like, what the hell does that boy do in the toilet? It was everywhere. So I says to him, tell him no next time. I can't use my toilet. Fed up with this. Oh. Jackson, good morning, good morning. Oh. It was aye. But that the postman thing, I was scared of that. And the last straw was when Sophie and Amanda were out playing. And I think it was snowy even, and we knew where this postman stayed because he hung about with my brother for about a week when they were kids. That was it. That was it. He hung about with my brother for about a week. And Sophie and Amanda were out playing anyway, playing. No, he befriended my dog as well because I had a big Dalmatian at the time, and he was like, oh, where's my big pal? No, he befriended my dog. And anyway, girls are out playing, and I shout them in, time to come in, and they come in. Guess who we seen? And I was like, thinking about your wee pal, was it this one or that one? No, the postman. And I thought, the dirty, he's actually stalking at night. No, he's coming up to where I stay at night to look in my window. That's what's going on there. Grant, she was okay today. She's sitting with a wee baby doll today. She's sitting with a wee baby doll, you know. Some days that she's got this wee baby doll, and you know, she thinks it's a real baby. The last time me and Sophie were in, she had it. She was going, I don't know who gave me this wee baby. You know, but a lot of the old ladies they go about with wee baby dolls and all that, wee cuddly toys and things. So today she's got this wee baby doll. So that's nice. She will enjoy it. She will enjoy that. She will enjoy having a wee baby doll. Oh, Ephraim, I don't know what happened with this boy, and I don't. Twice. One time I thought he's had a bad incident, do you know what I mean? Like he's absolutely had a bad incident, this boy. But then the second time I'm thinking, no, it's more than just it's a habit. So I don't know what it is with my bathrooms. Twice. Because the second time I was thinking, he'll not do that again, that must have been a one-off. When he came out to it, I could smell it. I was like, oh no. That was me in with the bleach again. Ew. Mind Amanda's old place. I remember, I don't know where it is, but Amanda's old place, I remember a guy in Amanda's old house, and Amanda phoning me early in the morning going, we can't get rid of this guy. This guy's in my house and he'll no get out. Right, this weirdo. Anyway, I think they had a party or something like that, right? And this bloke wasn't budging. So I says, right, tell him that your mum's coming over for a visit, and your mum's like a cleanaholic, right, that needs the place to be clean and tidy and all the rest of it. And this guy can't be here. He needs to go because your mum's coming out. My mum's coming, right? So eventually she told him that, right, and he did go. And she found the guy had threw his pooey boxer shorts out her window, and they were on a tree. Remember that? On a tree outside. I can't imagine ever doing that with my drawers. Just going, do you know what? They're absolutely rank. I'm just throwing them out there. I think I would like bundle them up like that discreetly, and maybe put some toilet roll on the top of them, and then put them in a bin somewhere. Not in somebody's house, but outside. Let's put them in a dog poo bin or something like that. One guy said to Amanda he wanted to go out with me, and she went to his house once and saw flies and mould and all over the top. Oh, I can't. I can't deal with that. I really can't deal. It's a thing. Even in public toilets, I think we've all been there. How we managed to hover over the top of a public toilet because you daren't put your bum actually on the seat because you just don't know who's been sitting there before you. I know, Melody, craziness. I don't know. I think men. You know how somebody said men fear another planet? I think they are because I don't understand it. I don't. I can't understand that. Yeah, Sophie used to clean. They used to go in there to do narcotics and stuff, didn't they? Aye. Oh. Do you know what I used to actually enjoy? I've never done a poo. I can't remember ever doing a poo outside, right? But see if we were ever going to the Isle of Bute, right? And it's a good like what, 4 hour drive if you go the Loch Lomond way and you go up, there's a thing called the Rest and Be Thankful, right? It's this big kind of hill, mountain hill, right? It's not actually like a mountain, but and it's not like a hill. It's like bigger. It's like the Campsie Hills, right? It's big. You go up there and there's no toilets for a long time, right? So, oh, see if you need the toilet, you've got to pull over at the side of the road and go into the bushes and find a good bush, and find one that's not got any jaggies. Because the last thing you want is a Scottish thistle places and do a pee outside. There's something very, very enjoyable and free and natural about that I felt. But I have got to see. This is maybe too much information, but it is what it is. I suppose I'm a learning channel too. I've actually got to take a leg out my trouser and my drawers, because see if I try to do what some women do and just pull them forward, I'll piss myself, because I have no control over where it goes. Right, it can fire in any direction. I've no control. So I've actually got to take the leg out. So there I am in the bushes, basically bottom half's right off, doing a pee, looking out at the beautiful Loch Lomond while I'm doing it and thinking, this is nature. I'm doing nature right now. And it felt good. I really did feel good. And I had a sense of pride when I got back to the car, as if I just peed like my forefathers used to do. Do you know what I mean? In the wild of Scotland. It did. I felt close to my roots. Oh, I see. I we used to see we were in the bushes though, so I wasn't really prancing about. And see, honestly, there's nobody around, right? Absolutely nobody around. There's no toilets or anything like that. It's like when you're going up Loch Lomond Way, you're basically in the mountains. It's like there's nobody there, right? You could scream blue murder, nobody is there. But you still go into the bushes anyways, find a good spot. See, I'm not really frightened of spiders, no the Scottish spiders anyway. If we were in Australia, it'd be a different story. But the Scottish spiders, I swear, woke up one morning and there's been a wee spider crawling on my face. And I've seen it and I've just picked it up and put it on my wall like that and let it on its merry way. So I like spiders. Spiders kill like midges and things like that, so they're welcome in my house. I like spiders. Spiders don't able. Sophie, Ashley as well, can you remember there was a lady, I think she was an important lady, she was in the Senate of the USA or something like that, and her man was having an affair or something happened, and she wore a nappy to go from, I think it was California all the way over to New York, or from New York all the way over to California. She was travelling the whole of the USA, and she did not have time to pull over to do a pee. She was going to see her man and see that I don't know if she unalived that man, did she? Do you know who I'm talking about? I can't remember the woman's name, but I'm pretty sure. No, it wasn't Clinton. It wasn't Clinton. No, that's Monica Lewinsky. You're thinking that was a different kettle of fish, eh? That was a different kettle of fish, that one. I've never looked at me and your dad, Sophie, right? We laughed in a shop. I think the shop owner knew we were laughing at, right? Because I always thought I heard about allegedly about the cigar incident between him and Monica Lewinsky. There was meant to be a cigar incident, if you know, you know, right, with this cigar. And we were laughing at it, going, who would use that as a object of, right? And me and your dad were in downtown Disney and they were selling cigars. This was back in the day. You were only wee at the times. Manda was like 2 and you were like 4, or like Manda was 3 and you were 5, something like that. You were wee. It was the first time we'd went. And the cigars were that thick. And me and your dad looked at the cigars and looked at each other and thought, I've got kind of respect for Monica Lewinsky now, looking at the thickness of that. And the twos looked at each other. We knew exactly what we were thinking and when we were looking at it like that. And we both laughed, and I think the shop owner must have known that what we were thinking about at the time. She kept the dress. She kept the dress. You know, now, even Jason Momoa doing on my dress, I couldn't have it in my wardrobe. I need to wash it. Come on now. I've got memories. That's what memories are for. You don't need it on your dress, do you? Maybe she knew that day would come, or maybe she knew a wee bit of. I see that I've got to watch the words I use, but maybe she knew that that dress would be beneficial to have DNA on it at some point. Who's the woman? I'm going to need to Google it. Who is the woman that travelled across? Right, let's see. She was an astronaut. She was an astronaut, the woman. I knew it was embedded in my mind for some reason. Lisa Norwick drove from Houston, Texas to Orlando, Florida. All right, so it wasn't across country. Yeah, she drove 900 miles in adult diapers to take someone without their consent. I don't know if I can say that word. It sounds like catnap. In bizarre space love triangle. A bizarre space love triangle. That I kind of want to be in that triangle, to tell you the God's honest truth. A bizarre space triangle. Oh aye, they're all out their face. They're all, even, see if you watch them in the Parliament, you can see them either like, sometimes, I don't know what is the type of the day, something with their jaw. I've never, Sophie will tell you, I've never really had, the smoky stuff's about it for me, do you know what I mean? I've never really took any other narcotics unless it's been in a hospital setting. But they do something with their jaw. They do something with their jaw like that. And you can see them in Parliament, and I'm thinking, what the hell are they doing with their jaw? Because that's meant to be a sign of them taking. I don't know if it is. This is allegedly, but they do a lot of jaw things and all that in the places. I don't know what it is they take, but it doesn't look good. It's not a good look. They probably feel brilliant, mind you. They probably feel brilliant. Listen, see, even when I was taking the stuff that I'm no longer allowed in the hospital, it didn't really make me feel good. So I used to think to myself, why do people pay for this experience? You know, with the itching and all that, it just didn't. And I don't know if it was my brain when I came out when they woke me from my ventilator. I don't know if it's just my brain that was tripping without any narcotics, or if they were giving me something, because I would never want to experience that again. I told Sophie yesterday there's memories still coming back to me, and there's memories still coming back to Sophie for when she was under, and she was on a ventilator before me. And I wouldn't want to ever go through that again. I don't know why anybody would want to pay for that experience, because it wasn't good. What was it I was saying yesterday that I was something to do with when I was shitting the bed a lot? What's it? Oh, aye. Do you know what it was? Do you know what it was? One of my hallucinations was I was pooing the bed, right, and I was going, I'm sorry, I think I've had a wee accident again. I was saying that to them, and in my hallucination, she was going, look at the colour of that. That looks as if a farm animal done it, right? That looks like something that you'd find in a field. It's a different colour from every other like poo situation type deal. And then she got a bit of tracing paper and traced my bed where the poo was like that. And she was holding it up and she was going, look at this. Like, obviously, it was my hallucinations, but these memories are still coming back. But it's usually all today with pooing myself. I know, that's right. My legs still weren't working right. In fact, my arms weren't. I was just managing to like clench my fist because see when you first come out, you can't move anything apart from your head, right? That's all you can move. So I was just starting. My legs were completely gone. I couldn't move them whatsoever, and I hallucinated that it was about 3 in the morning, and Amanda was coming up to batter the nurse that was trying to unalive me, right? And I'm waiting on her, and I can hear her in my head arguing, and I'm saying, "Don't fight, Amanda. This is a children's ward." It was not a children's ward. This is a children's ward, Amanda. Please don't be fighting with nurses. I was doing that, and then I was thinking, how are they going to get me in the wheelchair because I can't walk? And I was thinking, I had a great idea. I thought I'll shimmy down the bed and turn round, and Amanda can be at my back with a wheelchair at the front and just boot me off the bed straight into the wheelchair, and I'll be fine, right? And then I said to Sophie, I've ordered you the most beautiful pair of shoes, hen, because I love you. Didn't order Amanda and Peter F all right. They get nothing right in my hallucination, but Sophie did. I says, I've ordered you the most beautiful pair of boots. You're going to love them. You're going to absolutely love these boots. And they're white Doc Martens, if you will, right? Imagine this, everybody, right? White Doc Martens, right? On the side of the Doc Marten, it's like a Christmas scene. And there's like fir trees and post offices and things like that, all going up on a slope like that on the side. And then on the front of it is the doughboy guy for, what was the film? Ghostbusters, see the big marshmallow doughboy thing? It was on the front of it. And I thought, Sophie is going to absolutely love these shoes. I says to her, just you wait until I get these shoes for you. I know, they kept putting me in this contraption, guy. I don't know what, it was like a forklift for people. Right, the legs weren't working, but what they would have you do, this thing they would have, and I'd have to grab onto the bar and pull myself up, right? So I pull myself up, and I'm basically, my legs are jelly, so I'm basically holding myself like that on this bar like this, and they pull out a wee kind of seat thing at the back, and you can kind of sit on it, and you're basically like this, and they wheel you like that. It takes a while to get you into this machine, right? Don't forget I've got horrendous diarrhea because they've hit me with every laxative in the hospital. They said I had the full whack a laxative, right? Because my bowels had been moved for 16 days or something. Anyway, it was flying out me, no control of it. See, by the time I got in my it was already done. I think I've had an accident again. I think I've had an accident. I think if I did doing me like that again, right, in this contraption. So I'd said to the girls, please bring up my wheelchair, because after me getting the rod down my leg, right, I wasn't allowed to walk for like 3 months, 4 months or something like that. So I got used to being able to get in and out of the wheelchair without using my legs. I can date no bother, I can date no bother. And I thought that's going to be great, because then I need the toilet. I can straight into the toilet, sit down, and Bob's your uncle. Hopefully, we'll have no more wee accidents, right? And they came up and they never had my wheelchair, and I was like devastated. No! They didn't realise how, until Sophie seen me on the contraption and then thought, I understand why Mum needs that wheelchair. So they brought it up for me, thank God. Oh, it was terrible. Aye, it was bad. Because, as I said, there was no control, and they would not give me an anti-diarrhea tablet, which was cruel. I felt they were just letting me poo the bed 20 times a day. A doctor came round and says, many times is your bowel movement, and I went, 135. I don't know where I got 135, but you know what I'm like. 100, and he went, 135. I went, yes! It's happening right now as I'm speaking to you. I've done 2. See, we've been talking twicely. Twicely it's happened to me. It's down my leg. And then they're getting hoisted up in the bed. This a-hole, you might have a blockage up there, right? And I'm thinking, a blockage? Did you not hear the story about 135 times I've been this morning? A blockage? He's gone, yes, it can be a blockage up and it can be all coming round the blockage, right? And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. So there you are, right? Just things are rid raw, right? Things are absolutely rid raw, acid burnt bottom, right? Like absolutely agony, right? So anyway, hoisted up in this bed. The guy's got a bloody miner's hat on, isn't he? He's gone digging. He's gone digging for treasure, and I'm the victim in this scenario. Hoisted up, hoisted up, hoisted up, hoisted up, hoisted up like that, in the fetal position like that, and then he goes. 4 fingers or something. I'm going, oh, ouch. A wee nurse is rubbing me. You're all right, Linda, and you're doing okay like that. And I'm like, oh, as if I've not had enough. I've got this going on. And by God, that man was rooting round corners and stuff. I didn't know there was corners up there, but there is. He was round corners and up alleys and everything like that. Eventually, he pulls his hand out and he goes, no, there's no blockage there. And I'm going, I told you there was no blockage. Could you not hear me saying it was flying out? He went, oh, it's all over the bed now. Oh, gee, listen. And then he said to me the words that made me actually date a wee solid one. He said, if you've not done a solid one in the next few days, we're going to need to give you a colonoscopy. And I was like, did you hear that, Bills? Did you? And I did. I managed to do a wee tiny solid one like that, and I kept it. And I was like, so everything's okay. I'm doing solid ones now, look. Showed every nurse and doctor in the place. I'm out there with my hat as if, look at this present. Solid. Stand down. We don't need anything else happening here. Right, but I'm still flying to the toilet all the time. Just flying to the toilet. Eventually, see when I did get home, I hadn't even got into my living room. I was straight in the toilet, shat myself already. But I did have the medication there. I took my medication and that was great. But I hadn't told Sophie and Amanda, hello in South Africa. I didn't tell them until I got home. I actually fell twice in that wee room. And I'm talking straight down. Because my legs weren't working and I'm willing these legs to work because I can't deal with it, right. Just being there, I had enough. I just had enough. So I was like, you better start working legs. In fact, we're going to start, and I thought, let's get some exercise going here. I thought I can go round the bed, just hold on to the bed, just with the legs like that. Just go round the bed like that, just hold on to the bed, go round. Tried it. Straight down, smack. Smack down flat like a fish. I was like a fish in the flare. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get into trouble, right? And I was like, hoping nobody see me. I managed to crawl back up onto the bed, pop myself up, sat down like that, and I was like, oh, sore, bruised and sore. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I failed there. That could have been bad. Could have smashed my head. Lay there, and nobody would have known until like dinner time. And then a few hours later I thought, right, we're going to get back on the horse. They say that if you fall off a horse, you get back on it. Tried it again, doing it like that. Smack right down again, nearly banged my head off the window. And then I thought, I didn't do it after that, but I went straight down twice. And it's hard floors, hard. If they'd have seen me, they'd have given me into trouble. Thank you, Keish, but I'm not your grandma. I am a grandma and very, very proud of it. So if that's to down me, it doesn't, because I'm so proud to be a granny. I know, from the guys, like, there could be a blockage, and I'm thinking, did you not hear the stories I'm telling you? 135 samples. No, they did take like 36 or something like that one day. One day I did actually, because I think they thought I was at it. 36 times I was on the bus. I go, there's another sample, The stockroom must have been just piled with my samples everywhere. And then I'd stopped eating because I was like, better not eat anymore, because they had me on the feeding tube first of all, right? I had the big thing hanging out my nose. And then they took that out, which felt as if they were pulling an intestine or something out my nose when it was getting pulled out. Oh, God almighty, that was bad. And then they gave me the milkshake things, which I thought I was planking very good. I thought, Nobody's ever going to find where I'm planking these milkshakes with a million calories in it. Do you know where I was planking them? Under the covers of my bed, if you like that. Straight under. Nobody's ever going to notice that. Although they're in a million times a day fixing your bed, they'll never find all that. Sophie comes in again. Sophie comes in again. What's this, Mum? Like, pulls back the cover of this milkshake. And I was like, I kept it for you if you want it. She was like, I don't want it. And I was like, just put it in the bin then. I know, the bloody tubes. So Sophie, 2 tubes. It's like, and your phone does not know who you are. I'll tell you that right now. You can't log into your banking details or anything like that with your face. You know how your phone knows your face? See if you've got a tube like that up your nose, it's like, you're not getting in, stranger. You are not getting in. And you're like trying to do all sorts of ways like that. But the best it was when the girls came in and I was away with it, and I was going, watch this. And they were watching me and I'm going, they're looking about, going, what is it, Mum? And I'm going, look, I'm buying stuff. I says, look, I'm getting water, I'm buying water, look, it's working, it's not working right now, but you do this with your phone and it just buys you water. All right, Mum, just you lie there, you're okay, you're in a safe place. Craziness. Oh, that's all right, Harley, we know that the kids know that in the sun. There's a big seagull going in. I don't know if I've got any water in there, actually. We need to get some water out. See the big seagull? It usually goes in there for a wee bath. It's either there or the pothole at the bottom of my driveway, but I think getting a wee drink anyway. I could have, Sophie, but I just thought I would be sneaky and just plank it. I know, I don't know why I done that. But my taste buds were weird. I couldn't, everything tasted the same and it all tasted horrible. I couldn't eat it. And I said to them, I'm not eating anything because see, as soon as I eat anything, it just flies at me. And they said, Linda, it's flying at you anyway, hen. And I thought, oh, well, that is true. And then I remember one day I got a pudding, and I don't know why I done this, but I did. I took the milk and just poured the milk in the pudding. And I couldn't eat it. But I was so desperate for water, I was playing in it. I had my hand in the water jug, playing. I had like a million bottles of water. But you can see when you come round for being ventilated, you can't even see a sip of water chokes you. It takes you a good few days anyway to manage to be able to drink anything. You can't even drink. And I was terrified because if you take a wee drink of water and you choke, the nurse comes there and goes, right, that's it, no one takes it, don't take it away from me. I'm awful possessive now with water. See, when I go into hospitals, I've got to have a bottle of water and I've got to be able to hold it for the entire time I'm in. Do not take I feel like an animal, and this is my baby. Don't take my water away from me. I've got a thing about it. No, Sophie. Laura, hello. Thank you for coming in to see me. I hope you're doing good. Yeah, it was for the flu. Aye. All I remember about the actual... See, I remember a lot now about it was I was in a ward before. I was in a ward and I had been in for like 3 days or something like that. I was in. And instead of my lungs getting better, they were getting worse and worse and worse. And then I remember I was absolutely gassed. I couldn't breathe at all. Couldn't talk, couldn't breathe. And my oxygen, they had it up max. And my oxygen level was still going down and down and down and down and down. And that's when they said, right, that's it. We're taking you down to the operating theatre. And we're going to put you to sleep for a while, they said. And I got to phone Sophie and I tried to say, I was trying to talk to her, but I don't think I could say anything to her. So the doctor took the phone off me and explained. And then I remember looking at the big lights in the operating theatre and stuff like that. And then I don't even know when I woke up, because the actual when I woke up, I don't know, because I was hallucinating like hell. I thought it was in Egypt. And I was saying to the girls, how did I end up in Egypt? And they were going, you've been in hospital. I'm going, no, I was in Egypt, riding camels through the desert, eating pineapple and all that. That's what I was doing. Crip, it wouldn't matter to me what colour anybody is. Why would it matter to you what colour anybody is? People are people. Laura, I'll tell you, it's been a year. It's been a year, and my poor brother passed away while I was in. While I was in, and my dad had to phone the hospital to say, was I strong enough to hear the news that my brother had passed away in January? And my dad had come in, and I was going, oh, Dad, like that. And then he told me, and I was like, do you know that I've told you, but I'll tell you again, right, just before I go, but the most amazing thing happened that morning, and I swear nobody can convince me it wasn't him, right? I'd woke up, and it was about 7 in the morning, something like that. It was early in the morning, it was still dark and all that outside. And I'm sitting, and I felt someone sitting on my bed, because I felt the bed getting pushed down. And I thought, how did that not get by me? Because it was a weird room. I was in it like 2 doors and stuff. And I turned around like that, and there was nobody there. And I was like confused, because I was like, God, I felt as if somebody was sitting on my bed. But listen, I was just out a trip, right? So I was like, that's weird. And then an owl started hooting outside my window. I was like, that's an owl, because you know an owl when you hear an owl. And the nurse had come in and went, more. I said, there's been an owl out there. And she went, an owl? And I said, aye, there's been an owl out there hooting, right? They must have been thinking she's still tripping her. And then my dad came up and told me that my brother had passed away that morning. And I thought, oh, that was him. That was him coming back to sit with me, to say cheerio, and to tell me to get my ass out of that bed and get home. That's what that was. And nobody convinced me it wasn't him. That was him just coming back to say cheerio to me. Oh, do you know what? I haven't watched it, Ashley. I have not. I have not watched it yet. There's always something that I've been watching that's just, I've forgot about it, but I'll definitely do that and let you know. But my poor Marilyn, I love Marilyn Monroe. But she messed with the wrong people, do you know what I mean? She was in with the wrong crowd, and I think maybe she's gave an ultimatum that me or I'm going to the press with all these secrets I know or something like that, I think. And that's been it. She should have. Oh, Ashley, have you seen it, The Cowboy? I was in tears again the other night. Tears. If you don't know, there's this guy, right, and I don't know what part of the USA, but he's got a horse, but he corrects everybody, it's not a horse, it's a mule, right? It's a mule. So he's on this mule anyway, and he's, first of all, you see him, the footage is him running away from the police. The police are going, stop, stop, and he's going, no sir, no sir, I can't do that sir, I can't do that sir, no sir, no sir. Away he goes, and he's going, you're running away, you'll get arrested, and he's going, no sir, he's away he goes, right? And then it's got the day before, and the police have got a podium outside this restaurant, and I highlight the thing, restaurant, right, because there's families and kids and all that. It's a place like that, it's not a bar. It's like a restaurant type situation, and it's Christmas time. Everybody's out having a wee festive lunch or dinner, and they're trying to get this guy handcuffed, and he's going, no sir, no sir. He's got the whole gear on, he's got chaps on, he's got spurs on his thing, he's got a whip and all this, right, and he's got this poor bloody mule, right, this poor horse. So they're trying to get, he's resisting arrest, and they're going, you'll get tasered and all that, right? So as soon as he lets go of the horse, they get the taser out, right? And they taser him like that. He gets tasered, and the next thing, he's arrested, and he's got his hands behind his back like that. And he looks down, he's going, time out, or this is before he gets his handcuffed, he's going, time out, dog. My chaps are down, guys, my chaps are down. My chaps are falling down. And there's about 8 police running about him, and they're all entertaining us about the chaps. My neck of the woods, the guy, we don't care about your chaps, son, get in the van. Right, you're arrested, in you go. Chaps, no chaps, in you get. They're all running about him like, how can we fix this guy's chaps? So they're all in, they're fixing the guy's chaps, and he's going to put my leg there and stuff like that, and get my leg like that. It's the most hilarious. I'm dying in the house watching this. I'm absolutely dying in the house watching this. Apparently, he'd went into this restaurant, right, where people are all sitting having their festive. He's got a whip and he cracks it 5 times. Whoosh, whoosh, like that. 5 times he's cracking it. The owner said it went from people being merry and like conversation happened to the restaurant being absolutely silent. The music's off, people have stopped talking, Wayne's in there, whoosh, this guy's in there just cracking his whip like that. When he's getting arrested as well, they're like trying to get the whip off him, and they're going, "Well, we need to cut it off." He's going, "Don't cut off my whip, man, dog. Don't cut off my whip. Don't cut. That cost a lot of money. Don't cut off my whip, dog." Like, well, you don't call the police officer dog. You call him sir. If I learned anything, give them respect, because see if you don't, then you're in trouble. It's so funny. It's hilarious. He's fleeing. You're fleeing the scene. He's going, "No, dog. No, dog." And they're going, "Get off the mule." And he's going, "No, sir. I can't do it. No, sir." And then they said, "What did you do that for?" He went, "I got the dog shit tasered out me the other day." I was in my bed just howling. The tears were streaming down my bloody face watching that. Oh. And the other one that I love to watch is the slow speed chase with the Amish guy. I didn't know the Amish had a good flavouring or two, right? But there you are, they enjoy it. Amish guy in his buggy, hammered. Just left it up to the horse. Horse, you take me home. I'm going for a sleep in the back here. Amish guy passed out in the back of the buggy, right? And I don't know what's happened, or if the horse is like maybe nearly caused an accident, but somebody phoned the police anyway. There's a runaway Amish buggy, and the guy and there's cans rolling about in the back of the buggy and bottles of stuff. And it's the slowest police chase I've ever seen in my life, right? And I've watched the O.J. Simpson one. That was pretty slow, but this is slow. And the horse takes the guy home. The horse knows where to go. The horse knows. And I don't know what happened to the guy, but that is also really, really funny. I love that. Aye, that guy stole his horse back. His mule, Sophie. His mule. I've run away. I don't know what happened, but there you go. He probably said, "Lord, take the wheel," and the horse would take the wheel. The horse knew where it was going, because it took them straight to the Amish guy's house, and the Amish guy's like relatives were out, like probably saying, "What's he like? What is he like? We've told him to stop all this boozing. We've told you to stop boozing, haven't we?" No, I don't know. They're not allowed electricity and stuff like that, but they can have a right good. I don't know. I don't know how the electricity is the devil, but the booze is all right. Anyway, that's just my thing. I don't know. I don't understand it. But that's just me. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go. I love you all so much. Oh, that Ashley, I was rolling my head. The guy with the hamsters. Why the hamsters doing his pants, and he'd let the animals go, and it was full. That was a I don't know what that guy was up to, but that was hilarious. Send me more of that. I love all that kind of stuff. Anyway, guys, I'm away. It's been a long one today, but I love you all so much, and I shall be back tomorrow. And have a beautiful day. Bye, everybody.